Here for me, Mama Joe, and Mama Kwaba, the Hope for Life Radio. So, Sabre, my mind gun, that you may dear and not yet drew so. No, I treat about Honsema, Ediana, and and there, Monfanches, ye dear, you may dear no Yaketre Kakra. Obi baby say, and Ned dear, I send ye, the Fiasiano, and Kuyi. I am no cry yante asempa. Yen ya die nyina. Ya ye nwia. Ya ya bra. Eye tutu. Tutu edaya one sorry. Ye fa kwanya iso de chie busuafo nyina. Na ya mamo shedin. Tutu ne ka se nyame fa wo kra ensie. Ewiania na jo airewa na midie eja me chichi menyo bofo na me wusewa akuna bofo dewa tutu na ne ho mfa no kakra emoire free me na mbo na midie bidim se eyo ade na ne ho etono isumre esanse menene edin komo ya koho edin komo ya sere akuna makuna akuna mobro wo kradi ankwanti me enye yesem ye mobro asem to me wen akuna makuna mobro diemio eje semi to be di eto bi mania esumedrumio oji kumiro misia mi wo kwen entene yedwumedie no ebeye enufe enya dia ye cross street se ne ye ne debia ye be yen sakare kakra ewo mu sane se yentene agono so yere ahu yie pa. Efe na ebusua eye ntutuye. 1 year say ebi anyame ya aduma memory day be on betena se. Na me hye mo boss ni ebe fi mo abebia etiefo ne adofo ye be ma mo so ate. Efe na what di we fidi e dia to hope for life na nkaibo ewo ho ne se. Yadie nyina ye nua be ma yadamfo eye tutu. Tutu eye regular panelist ne ba ko. Enche ye di ni mfuni betu wana won kai nenim no na wa hu. So, oh yeah, Nadam for Facebook or the rest for Tutu Minta. I rest for Tutu Minta at the one, sorry. They pami no and a Titan studio George and Tutu.
Imi mata funsem me finisia mama bre ewiani anajo ayrewa
Nane ya me ma kwa ba bacho wapu mwe Ochimenka
OMORAW Ijoso ya seminti ma boto anwumre
Nane ya ote aye tutu we no sena ofano
OMORAW it's very, very unfortunate na who can be say so work who crowd and come to me NJ and nipanso yes I we twem sometimes and a kwan bi mu fa so twem no and I would say it's really difficult until me kan me de yakobema the busian for na me de yakonso ama a hope for life a tea for ne a political show because he's been one of the faces of this show intimi kasana ma tea for so yako na eni se yakopon ni mi aye na ya o yema ne ma ti samre be hye ho den na de akomapa ato aso se be ma be yebi o me ni nyina mse nwa no akopa na yakopon emfa ne kra ensie ye
die na wo de kai ewo tutu ho pa
OMORAW me di program ya chi na me hwe me nwa na ho keka the selfless act And Pomikai said, when I was listening in, say a comment, Bibana, make me back the chat section. I said, maybe can't a year, he will respond. Now, okay, Facebook, I said, Mikai said, last year, my birthday, one of the very few ways. Satan Kanye shared that said, he went out of his way to wish me, happy birthday on Facebook. Now, me who say you'll be on Pinipa, and he's always willing to help. Now, Otieni Panswasem, he has that listening ear. Obiti wasema kana say and share you on was out shower, and I said a correction there, and also the amount. I really enjoyed his conversations. I really, took a lot of lessons from his passionate appeal when he's making submissions, and it's something that we're going to miss. I must definitely attest to that. And you remember, I'm my really, really down. Like, it's not something that I expected at all. Me, yeah, me sure him say I think it was a week or two ago. No, so any birthday to make for a day, so we share the birthday. Now my name himself is going to be his last birthday, but like he said, I mean, name the NL so it will be just be like I can't be can kind. Emma Nebusia for any hope for life. Tifo in Ayako.
Asante me wa kwa badeba efidie no so. Kwame Asante.
No, me just so. Could be job for you.
Ya me dia cheme na won so e.
Ndana do me job ko. No.
Yeah. Asante me sure say what in ya ekoso. Ya yenua ya de nyina tutu. Sorry, Daya one sorry. What ya no say na ofa no fire.
No kasa over the week. Yeah.
Right.
Election you ya kasa. Election see ya kasa. And I told you say the best kasa and Saturday.
Correct.
But I believe that 2 days ago, Anna offered me. The offer me not you copy the cafe that I'm a moment there. Two times a more overcome one of the numbers, the child said, after my CD, the non quantity didn't care. But is it in the Benya Nanka, Obiti and Chamber, dear, Banyakopo, and in the year. But I'm not just say, Nakopo in the Yama, tell the unknown yellow is here in the Payana Hora, into the money with Dara.
Right. Hello.
Assassin so
Wouldn't say, and yet the chess and panic, but said it to tear and Casana Eden, Yeka. So, of whom then when you are or the Canadian natural, move ya, Moyada for Moyania. I'm said, I check a car and a tear for 10 and car. Now, almost sure no so, but not will be in the air castle, but none home fan. Into why you move be friend and everything come. Yeah, me catch her across 2 weeks ago, my friend. It was a little name a question. Say to him, more area when to me, and Cosran, and Jam friend of Fonso. We sent to know, he said that sounds so calming. He said, a year, and Madam, she said, a year. Because we are called for no crown on fat. What's send the message in so not on responded. But my friend or final cast and my mother so, they said, in a day, a year crack. It means so. And she will be a bear fine. Now, only said December 4th year train we are near 12. That is 8 days ago. And it's to birthday.
Right.
Yeah. Oko the Facebook page. A month for our wish to birthday. After the birthday wishes now. the attraction nana amount for express condolence. You waiting at I can want them the whole day. Yeah, ye. And Yankopon anything there into your manabushan for the money more Joe Machin Nani, Momo, your Momo Yako, Yankopon to your currency.
Yankopon fa to currency. Why I try on Facebook, who the picture, or share YouTube, a social media platform be so or share at the fita, blue, red, and white with colors. Or no, the other team so strong MPPT. Na the dressing code ni there. There. Nana Ketwa say may his soul rest in perfect peace. Nana Ketwa wa damfu wa unia where the me fa kwenye so na mama shedding. Eye Susan so me ma shedding. Charity. And ne wonka fu pokuya. Nyame enchiche more. Mike, my memory also. Mike, I didn't know a kind of a year to 2 away home.
OMORAW, and you really say, Miracle. She say, Yamin fan the crazy, Janice Yamesa, not like Ujino on TSA. For I think about 5 days ago before sending message, and I remember I said last week ye program we your planning cross it you be couldn't fee near Quacosrano. I mean no do on command as a year planning. I think that was just a year me were June one and my wife friend me say now what the other and I'm sitting about say to 12 and I'm say what are you talking about? Ubia a year my wishing happy birthday on Facebook near and then I can say ne ho yentimize enche kra obeba asan be start show na aseme na okan nti as no let me find out tini cousin baako ewo yini ba sizi kunu and ono so friend na o kase say was me wo fie o kra na say how is that true just say nti ni bet me just like that I mean I just mentia say na ya just say yentimi can the him but so far you need to sign by the just said na kwa make no said nyina you bia even me man kraka no 10 bia or the chips ebre omo
right
eti be year oma ombi just say anka titu man na my wife catch on say oyare no to no obeba
titu we fie ho ade no je bi kan bi say to na the chips na
chips so
or the chip box
box
my box aketiake so be diego no bi asem konifi
we say
me GB or mommy be da
me man iPad o mu so me ense nyina tutuna e dey buy to say I remember say last time I buy a program you program ko tunika na obi dey abon kam e wani mo me ni so kaya no obi dey abon kam to say it's like I can't believe it to say like liberty me free mu just like that sir and then basically so I baby I'm a tea that's in the seat.
The seat, no.
The beer oba, I don't know, tea. Oben so one George, near George, no, oba, I had no bar better. It is like, it's too by the way, the Yamepe, and away, and I mean, intimate tears ye money, and then the ma, then the wishing of winning a shedding. In your bus using to own Timicra, but a bending, your money shedding. The senior may say, more by night, a bushiano so. You be pay bibia kofi and me be den enam to say ka ono a why a friend say breadwinner or bo abusia no hwede aba bisi e wa kontuom enti OMORAW miracle meet me can be bree you ma abusia no you man dem refredu so
It's here for Mike Namortene ka say ye can ye nim edifa yenua ye tutu. I think some if you say host 2 program we nkofo bebre and our program is so we to George everyone nkofo bebre on one day nadam for Anson yes about to Jerry Ampon San Kofi Ameyaw tutu ye can say very objective yes or be supporting the party but ade na nya obeka se enye yenti the last program ye studio and no nanka wo ha obi beka se obi a prophet wa hyenkom na nsem o kaye efa MPP primaries ho yenti kakra ye nhwe nipa ye kana asem eye enwumre like
yes, asams. Intron basi bibia be de betugan. How so mama bibia de ye betu.
Because I watch and then answer ya candidates no out almost so every we person ATBB free ya can say because so na your council also ochia ya can say omo me den omluzu ye no we no ntimi kan say omelusu sa subin ene asase
omelusu because ento ba bia
ento abaye sa wo hwe ne course ne ne directives say free national ne we no mo kana about to when you look as if say ebi chinchin e de o ma ho den e chinchin I'm on almost the process of democracy.
I know, but
the process of democracy na se sanyema we cause there.
But almost but won't me only 2 out of about 275 now say you know and conclude
the same the same ya okay no obi antimi mfa you but so hwe the number of 165 e call on opo so see you can see scrutinize abehun sankrofo bi wa ye chichi omo and e ma bi call
of course Sudden dear na meka no
so who
say ye hear reforms e we premier aya omo fa so ye no I don't see kasam I doesn't speak good of the party me na da na meka no say e say bo modern na each constituency bia no they have the number of registered members or made dues or dues and this is registered member na wo twa dues wa e say mo ye system bia in order to curtail the activity, the monetary, yes, Pania, the name Bia Quenya, no trouble, because some quite omelette to a bar, a big show the popularity can the tina bay Latino, a very refreshing. So that what I'm Kumu, no Kumu, nipa bear 2 times anything to a bar, Motobani, we are any big shows. One day only the most popular candidate by a queen paso in the 300 not all these 300 people are bravable people now obi osika ako campu amo no more be 500 Ghana no de winia I mean what kind of democracy is me I don't want to enya there as a party no yeah endorse me bisa what I say as a party no as matter of agency yeah trust any reform efasa ayina legal system no a default enye good emwa yema kwanya sekuma sei iduru ha no obi akoto ya primaries ne ya elect obi a
akwa ji say yeti na makotwa we powerball na ma hiti basically na me call ya because of musicanty
masa one funny thing class I say we have some MPs bi o musika kra na so mpe wa asem no sponsor obi no atu I mean
so
the whole Ghana no said delegates said only delegates
police station executives in this
detention
I think say near to come no yeah because say you can't say Cadbury members in na to aba at the end of your nyina betimi aboma your campaign we but for now say me makojiska na makoto aba dia ma ya den na be chem say yen corrance den ko campaign
sentina eba san so a ampini ba ukohwe sika no be sa de ya most of them no obi obusa makobo obi akobo posia be sa de nti ono ba sika esa ode be bi no no afa kwa bi so oteneka oteneka say even at all the MP common fund enna wori ya ne omo shortlisted candidate bi na che so mo infeti course no na de ne talking back amano to defray ne car abono I mean esisa de ni nyina bomoden na yeyi free mu na e ma de ni dam na obia wa he esati yeyi form clank of eco pick clan na adane tension common forms abra mom nim pefe say forms no clan avenue betima generate ama party no menti party na say se ni 30 and the person picking form constituency no be able to 2000 ama party no we say enya common sense we need to use our brains and make money out of these people ese mo bia kwanya obi oso be gire bia me so far as ni pa qualify in that constituency what training this hwe edin bi efin bia nka ne din ho no bia me kwanya no nyina pepeye ese ye ma pepeye ba party mu because pepeye ma party mu no na a party ba e be dey see 2018 party no engofo P and to aban because no mbo fu party no ko ba ya sa atru yanchi me beta Ghana so a ye dey kwa echi sa no
okay 8422 and then announce na motel ka awo MPP acclamation primaries no ne ho nsem 84 what say sa in a submission way now hwe ne si wo primaries mu a o ti wa beka say as a prophet in come show share say ye chichiri bi nsa say bi nko unopposed but tutu anhwe say any party near enye no okaye obekire na adwen say ni enye forms yem open mu omo beso omo fa na ebegire ni ti inka e de amomo party winning constructive way and am de canon obekire ade na nya obe condemn say enye nana ya o hwe sa submission way again and I will bet you media can
OMORAW so it can say the chairman pro and this is a living testimony of that statement said the chairman pro and it goes to say to what I said earlier on that his passion and his dedication any periphery of say he wouldn't hide behind cameras and ask a microphone to say I'll defend my party even if things are not going well. And we could certainly, use this as an example of what we just spoke about. As a man who is virtuous and I would say speak to issues not with emotions, but just for the good of everyone involved. I am a man kind of what I am a papa say idea to say ato yingina and I say nabusia and hope for life at for and it's very unfortunate say abanisa, but we will take solace in the fact that he who created us knows best, and for that reason just to the division in Unyam, better also they will take some of his virtues and carry on with this legacy for the best of our country.
Kwame, so what you can say uti sa voice here obeka say or your prophet and I say no nim nya enia omo ye na ne sunsuan so a betumi dia ba esan say what follow politics na action nti
it's said that you didn't come offline, but
right.
We asama to the biano kaze enka the bit me kwana enka omo microphone and form no kra online.
Exactly.
Then there will be entity and sabotage so my office mu enti untimi me fa form you me Tutu one person who was advocating for a lot of change in Omo party. Oh, Omo party. I mean, I don't think that way to. I mean, not a micro and tomorrow. Mommy said that Missy Enkano, but he was a strong MPP support, and things that were going wrong. No, he is one of the few people to make us, oh, your party, no, this is my party, but the Omo in program in Mecca compared to other people, I think already, and your corner and the party is still on the somehow you can say that won't make us a prophet corner, it's not as or prophesy because it has happened. We had the issue from now. We share Mampong, the Monday more.
Right.
And my NDC appreciative in votes. NDC appreciative votes. Mampong. There's a lot of places that those things went on into the Emma party in this year. It will be safe to say that with Nakata or obey a last prophet before he left us.
Mike.
Bro.
I then I'll confirm the last program and then your studio ha.
Omoro said Nania ne kwame kan so unse utie ni kasa na oye objective and I like on take size say in the party and as say obeka the street so omai say obeka na ya ade no manage no pa cause ubi on wa akoye MPP ni no obeka ma MPP nko but within the party so unse bibi ko na enya otimi kan adwere say bia say omonye say ade we be haye so sometimes utie na analysis no ye na I mean not him say fact otimi hu near eba am pass so utie ne last program amoye na ene mo kan ni bebre esiye e bai and affect MPP for say the NDC for so affect wo mo no eti de me gan say o say ye hwe ya brabo yi time ni o manipa edi o say ye de be ye na nyame fa the currency I mean just like utie ne voice as if say ot studio ha as if say ot studio ha and then I do see and amama adwena kwachire bebre before incidents we be seen on the studio ade asofo bebre ba e be preachy e be program we dey minim dey make one of the asofo be e ba ha say obase yen mompa na one time ba no na red esen ha aso we say me yire crowd dey o sheda omo sheda ba ha no including Gidi Kokofo, Omasofo be Yinshia Omoda, but Omoba ha. Say near Bompire now, Omun say a Hanum red be saying na Ubiu. A damn a tear up marginal question say, how could it be? Because marginal masses say bit me. I mean, what just say it's kind of thing. I knew will be brave with tomorrow. Serious.
And the program you who say yeah kono afa but near TV ebebaso near see the ma eti4 senia koma yedi no ye nwia Resford to minta and nyame atonsa afreno ano na ye hia yedi no ho adanse e nia yenim efa ne ho enya se ye bosremo kan o sanye yenim no moti ene aye boy e ne emfa so ye MPP ni so mo ye na nya obeka edu baby e so support om so na di obegye mo den pa na wa support om say insuo to say ye nam snow mu tutu be femu na wa ba be defend the party I think say emrason say yen so yetimi ye bi na ye de kai no Nana ketwa jigbodi aku akole charity donkey da munyina se mosemo man shede Sam Ajiman yechia nana ketwa Nana Ampon. Alex Cummings, what Joyce. Sabri your life, our Facebook, YouTube, or tuning so be your life. Your social media platform be ya baby. Baby, I dream a tonsa frost, tonsa free when you are na momeka hon na in yam yen. Open it couldn't see a chia war. Open it couldn't say I am penny for saying the papa and chair. Austroni ye fear Florence Obinim Namotin in Casabre. Baby away Japadi Hona Wakuma and so a war. Yenim Sabri Yenuya to 2 a war Abraham Kukumo. Janko Pon and Fanny in CA. A year in Shishabia that would be a match Shamo Bossa Menfa and come on. Yabema eti for ne adofunina ate. Eya twa ye dwumedie so eye adwade etwemo eye abato ekoso ewo Ghana ye beye mienu nyina de afra abato ekoso ewo Ghana si ye kwakoyi omampeni ne mrahye bedwemu nyame adom eko abato ne koso jojo eye ukuada no na Electoral Commission edibetu dwa se eye omampeni eye nana ado dankwa ekufo ado na wasan atena menwa no so yeto abani ewie ye no Electoral Commission se onya 6,730,413 representing 51.595%. Mahama enya 6,214,888 47.366%. Nya odi hobionya Christian K Andrews gum osofo chira bosom enya 105,565 represents 0.805%. Ivan Green Street ujile moma CPP enya 12,215 ejema 0.093%. Nya odi hobiom ye David Asibi Apasra PNC candidate no enya 10,887,000 ejema 0.0887%. Nya otosubiom ye independent candidate Alfred Walker enya 9,703 ejina homa 0.074%. Kofi Akpalu enya someha LGP Mike Newafa enya 7,690 ejina homa 0.059%. Hassan Ayariga APC Ayarikov enya 7,140 ejimuma 0.054%. Bridget Jogbek Nuku PPP enya 6,848,100 and percentage 0.052%. Nana Kunedu Ajma Rollins NDP enya 6,612 ejahoma 0.050%. Ekwia Donko no enya 5,575 ejamuma 0.042%. Henry Latte domestication abaninya 3,574 ejamuma 0.027%. Enti nia odi inkunim nana ado dankwa ekufu ado ejemuma NPP. Mike mamimfiase mfio so before say ye ba beto abayi ye di ho komo wo hwe percentage and voter other parties ni nyaye no true the main competitor John Mahama da yo nwanwa
Omoro my nurse ni enche etiefo yewra audience still I was here can dey beka election we dey surprises be brave pa ana abem because said na nyina expecting na as a tenny kra sana me hu no and then at the same time so many age because so we ma NDC parliamentarians nyae any MPP dia abema kuro ni mo de pa because they say obi antimi take oman for granted being cause the na mo ma say oh ye tuna come majority omukọ a omaye ye say ntimi ko basa ana abema parliament MPs no atena parliament say they said on committee hwim na omukọ na ombehie ye nya nipa mo make decision no this time enye sabi it is say oye rofa amanfo be kyerem so omkokromoti no mo do bai so wo hwese de abane call ya na obi anim say we de bia nanado ebetwe mahama mu be 2 million and I say we dey compare the 2016 na but we see the ankobasa it ya ma pinche kra bebre abem it me dem hu ni say this you know your expectation and as I said amanfo adwene ye omo na adane kra sana me hu no
nana yaw
OMORAW
Edia na also work afa a presidential result e beto gya no.
Yo, OMORAW me da se. Me di kan mencha etiophobia. It's an kind of homes here, but you still have to, you know, push on the agenda. I want to assess the election primarily from 3 angles. The work of the EC, Babonabaso. Na okay. It's a shock. It is a shock, and the question I keep asking myself is, what do we want as a country? A day or as a mind, a day na yeshushe. Me and Mike can say, me say now nobody can take each other for granted. Senior, you absenteeism or parliament, and I think so going forward, it's going to be something that parliament now or China thinking say, you know, we have a lot of majority to one vote here. It's going to be really because of your numbers now parliament, and it's both sides. Actually, that's why it's going to be very interesting. You know, everything that will be done in the house will be done with the cross, and at the same time, you know, who say the country will be at the center stage. And I say, our money will be winning at the end of the day, because it can either go either way depending on the attendance in the house. Indeed, I'm looking forward to an exciting 8th parliament at this time. It's going to be very interesting going forward. Presidential, no, too surprised because, you know, the gap was, you know, reduced to like just over 500,000 as compared to, you know, over 1 million or 1.5 we had in the 2016 elections. You know, it also tells you the popularity of, you know, the opposition candidate. And then, Sembia, ACC, and Kofofo Sena and Yejuma, but you, if you have hindsight, you can see, sir, it did work against the incumbent. But at the end of the day, you know, maybe 2 train one or 3, and you know, there's a when it comes to you know, the party retaining the seat now on Bessa Twaso for the next 4 years. And I hope that both parties know everything now I'm correcting them maybe now a boy can be kept my memo.
Kwame Asante. Asante also. Yeah. Edia na wo ka efa a result ebeto dwa ye mampini abato ekoso no.
And Mike and Nana, I can say it was surprising. But the movie was hard. and yet surprising to us because Osha, the ruling government now, the only thing they base their campaign on is the free estate with ABBA. It's a very good social intervention. I mean, I hear people saying that wasn't enough, but me, from where I stand, free SHS was good. It saved some families. It was maybe it's the music. We are not an hear between school. Say you be say, yeah, they were from secondary school now. Say, yet time no, and then not and no and it's the music. Into a breastman can walk school and solutions can carry back on there. But the church school fees here, Canada, into Oka, no Yamanko. But and no, it's not enough for everybody to jump on the bandwagon and vote for the ruling party. They say because of the for the free is buying, you know, the conformity. Upoha, Nebusium. One benefit from Eno. And people like that, you know, will look at other things and vote on. Me, another in the government, you know, arm pay for me to me satisfaction. And the Caribbean can one and to a bar. Come in to man. I'm not surprised from where I stand. Say, and this is inclusive government. It's not surprising to me at all. I mean, I even think that they are like to say governor and we do some more, even to the extent that Adrian Como will lose the election. And maybe I'm not surprised at all.
All right, Nani, I'll say, Kwame Sunday, and Yanwa. Mike, but me, I'm also the same way of saying Yanwano. So, share a Ghana election, will be winning the first term, the second term, Biano, the vote, no, so, that's it. And Ubia Obem Ubia and so no. So 2000 before say MPP Kufobe winning no a Koranov at Amels a Koranov Nanado and Koranov or winning a huge bar and this winning so no the huge in the Abafem, but it look as if say the whole Ghana in the electoral win answer or a very popular scene the whole candidate. Right. At the end of war, at the cafe home, efa a bat and I can say the number and so a reduce, but compared to vis-a-vis and then the parliamentarians, and then a man, it's me, different from other the party.
Right, OMORAW, said okay, so her trend in that, Sana, presidents now being in a said okay, Tamils dear by Kofo dear by. Or no, so another about the first time. No, now margin a huge. And it's all her margin now. Never Bradium say the first time Chromebook ran a margin here almost 1 million. Generally, the second time needed a Quebec. But from the analysis, definitely will be out for the second time now. Right. But you when they say, dear, I am in one to say, and Cassette, say, baby, or soon the virgin, and I said, near almost so high. No, we were her. But this time, Uncle Yesa. So, her, say, baby, or cry, NDC winning parliamentary, no, but Nanado, we presidential, right? Presidential, a honor because she say dynamics and assistant. And Tissa first now is, wait here, Mahama, we know our definitely parliamentarians, so we knew. Her skirt and blouse, Ebe Mupa, baby, or no ma, presidency, Nanado, winning. Na parliamentarian they call NDC or baby also Mahama be we knew I mean so her gap ni na and only idea matena se am be me figure out say Ghana nyame na aboa na democracy no yate ase ana se bibi so her about we are two na wo hwe one tribalism and play part because me hwe ade no ma wo hwe hohoi de for instance say Minister Amau etimi win or na it was amazing. So we need hands down. Anka any possible say voter pa the heart of voter na
MPP.
Ebetimi I win. I mean that win is so much say and yoma assassin. Anna said na Oba Ashanti Regional MPP for your margin say Omenya 47 no and Kobasa even though this time now we say Muntaka and Crofo ho ne ho afro and Crofo no cry and still Muntaka to me a winnie and more mutiminya at least about 4-6 so it is a so oh bana embassy on say minimum way and I say way free anom or way beam as and Crofo me person make the word say omania BS say like Ghana AI the star ama Africa about democracy more to say omo ya de nti de can say in fact and your master sa trend no e bi kra the next 4 years abeba no and your kra bets abeko different cratching say the yehunin cause one main funny say as I say nkrofo ko school and I say anibie ni eye more nti say yehunua no krambo a on fa ho say mame fa media for instance apalu me uncle but say come we Ghana dey talk about akamento man no
to my uncle
actually akamento man no
I do feel you
eye dey but also na make say nkrofo dynamics na sesa yenye say oyemnua oyem family member nti de oye ne kra enya because how come say
OMORAW I do feel you go talk about fighting that I do say
would imagine so kuta dokono na so kwa koye kenki na akɔhono no apum definitely we dokono ni nyina abeyira ba pe bonsia bi na ahono wo mu a aka benya wa ade enti sam kwatoma no kra se oyɛ me aka no ya me no nyina nim se enya ade a obawe ni even though tribal issues in any obion for your politics still go win it and I may minim dey so say ko hodoma me per se electoral commissioner me di omo ho ya so omo fam rabia ma me atwa enipa ne bebre every so because omo waste your time or waste your sika ne omo bebre hwe ballot papers are printed here one him say akua donko afalu we mu nyina basically NDC ne MPP even surprises a bem to say gum etimi basro we CPP kra ne so kom here PNC ne so mu nyina akofom kra it is say I was say electoral commission timi your policy bi say uni offices bi and I say uni nioma bi a ye ma me wasting for time
I think it's a sanya money the ho ba kasa obenya
OMORAW I was say thank you yeah for me to be
no it's the enforcement
and you be na be sorry say me ho of me nice me was candy say me best stand say me ye president
right me try no unze so show krom ha America election na omo contest here na enye Biden and Trump on Kwan.
Yes.
There was a lot of people. But the only one say the party is strong enough. You just other spot until you write the person's name.
Yes.
Once where would you Kanye West? If you want to say Kanye West air contested. But a lot of people voted for him in Kentucky. A lot of people voted for him in Virginia. What they do is say, Trump or Biden or Tea Party or they're twice no. You just blank space.
Yes.
In case me train the power person or no contest, which me train the show. I can't call so a show now as a dinner show. I'm doing that. Oh, and we should let me ask this out. I said, by I am printing, but the Pakaka, things can Nipa call, baby. But boom. Oh,
yeah, dear.
So say election ye di aba every year NDC any into me.
OMORAW the can say a moment waste your time. The corner the tuition kwa dia unim sa ben. The akosi when your first time a BSc and then besides omo inside public no a trading ketiasmo can enyadia ebeboa or politics or sister ni mundeda. Munim the channel no and this a munjin to ma enya abonte na mba sa ade no straight to court. Just imagine that no a mema cranko na me say ke be different ball game. Because I mean law enforcement almost manti they were so lenient on them. Show baba kwa no pushi ade ahwade be na wo emema kura ye to be hwene ni omo ani free o na wo ba so media na be me expect senka be catch them say omo ntena fie simple thing mon court mo so mo lawyers bebre onoma o metima challenge no mo koye sa ade no but ade na ba awie na me problem kakra wo mni say whether say electoral commission ye na adwuma na so wan ye adwuma the media no omo attack wo mo enso ye another bad thing it was so chem say Metro TV omo anka no kore TV3 Adom TV ɛnyɛ one channel
multimedia
all ɛyi ne nyinaa nti
despite
intensity ɛna ɛyɛ ɛna mo sɛ deɛ ɔmo yɛ ne ɛna ɛnyɛ sɛ ɔmo nyinaa gye ɔmo source free baabi baako obiara wɔ ne representative a ɔmo feed no eti sɛ mo deɛ sɛ ɛnyɛ correct koraa na sɛ deɛ ɛba no nyɛ right a ti bibi nka nkyerɛm sɛ media na ɔmo nyinaa de ba no ɛnyɛ one media na ɛyɛ adwuma o TV3 yɛ ne deɛ Metro TV Adum TV Adum FM kyɛ sɛ bebree obiara de ne resource ba nti deɛ bɛn paa na kyerɛ sɛ deɛ ɔmo ka no ɛyɛ wrong sɛ ɛyɛ wrong koraa mo fa nkɔ court na mo nkɔ na ɔman no mu anjo sensɛ mo bɛtena ɛna yɛn mpene yɛnyɛ sɛ just be bold na mo focus obi anka sɛ deɛ ɔmo yɛ no ɛyɛ wrong ɔmo channel ɔmo so ɔmo timi I mean a defend themselves and I say ɔmo kyerɛm sɛ ɔmo need to because 2012 I mean 12 ABC nanado court yɛ twena 8 months tika mo so betima yɛ the same thing but yɛ say a fear ɛkyi ne abofo no I didn't know some yes sir so ɛyɛ kra amanfo kra adwom say no deɛ mo yɛ no because mo ntimi ma tangible reason biara sɛ okay pension to any and I say obi bi say ya kyerɛ sɛ mo wi ade nim yɛnya biribiara saa but no asɛm wo kan keke ɛno so deɛ yɛmfa nyɛ asɛm
right nana ya yɛnhwɛ ɛyɛ MPP wohwɛ 2008 before sɛ nanado the first round no owini ɛyɛ Ashanti region Eastern region ɛna onya Brona Hafo ɛde ka ho ɛkɔ second round no olusu ɛyɛ Brona Hafo wohwɛ ɛyɛ 2016 owini Ashanti Eastern onya Central and onya Western ɛde ka ho this time no 18 region no NDC winning Upper West, Volta, Oti, Upper East, Savannah, Western North, Bono East and Northern. And MPP, and another even Ahafo, North East, Central, Bono, Ashanti, Western and Eastern. Does it mean that this time no MPP expanded base and could be in say stronghold in the Eastern and they Ashanti more support base in more expanding and answer because of Nanado nti and ama when you more regions this time no
OMORAW me that say I think the question I'll be saying like say you are known in some way for the very first time we're going to this will be the last time the name Adodankwa Akufo-Addo will not be on any ballot paper. For the very first time going forward since 1992, the only time the name Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo will not show on any ballot paper ever again in the history of Ghana, being party politics or national politics. And see, that tells you that the popularity of this gentleman cannot be taken, for granted. May can't see since 1992, to 2020. You cannot rule that one out. He is very popular. And going back to Skirt and Blouse and not Minya Mike and Kamwasem earlier on, say to talk baby brain, and you could tell say if you whole cry NDC we need parliamentary no we need the presidency. And with wide margin, I can imagine and get me pinning and walk on kakra could be BT NDC Nino. And he was able to sell himself out or Timmy Ton honing a message, Emma Tonko for trim Emma and even in the history of our country, I think that this is the highest turnout we've ever gotten in an election. We were looking at over 78% turnout as compared to even 4 years ago, and it was about 68% when it comes to turnout. And I will not sit here and say everything was rosy, and I said maybe I call it 13. But going into a second term as an incumbent party wasn't going to be easy. But you can tell say Papano aye juma not take politics na say and was able to get out by himself, not relying on, and it was the same side Oshe Mahama, he went out there, by himself. They didn't rely on other people to do the work for them. And that was what won the election for Nana Addo Dankwa in his second term, because Utimima or propagating the message, Emeton Grofo Trim. The FSHS is my baby. And that is why anything I hear Dema, even some of the parliamentarians, because you could not say the same thing for yourself. If your country SHS say, I'm implement here, you the parliamentarian, what are you speaking for yourself? And I said, then I was your constituency, what are they looking at to vote for you? And OMORAW, like I said, we'll answer a question. His popularity cannot be taken out of the equation. Or you're very popular, and he was also able to propagate his message very well for the ordinary person to understand and help him get the second term at Unyayan. And I think that was a year so I play. These are the same. It's just the population that has grown, and for that reason, northeast, the brown and half. In the past, it was a brown and half. It was a big region which MPP will win. Or be winning, a lot of seats in that arena. But it looks more on paper. But if you come home to say Western region now, yes, we win the Western region as a whole, because it was one of our stronghold, coming from the Buzia side near you, who is I would say one of the founding fathers of the Danko Buzia tradition. It wasn't a shock in that regard, but near a year was the inroads we were able to make into the northern sector. That was one thing that I'll say helped save the day, because senior you lose some of the other side of the country. And I said the result would have gone, the way of the NDC. Let me be frank, because I don't see any of the other candidates, pulling through any surprises. We also have to come to realize that GUM has now become the third force when it comes to party politics in Ghana, whether we like it or yes. We are relegating CPP, APC, and the PPP, the Pakistan Dooms to the back. Crash is saying GUM they the third force to be reckoned with in Ghana politics. Indeed,
I say money boost to say we did now when you are married.
Oh, Obi, I was shocked. Now before CPP would have even CPP would have shocked people. Because shock here this in here MPP or demonstrate you on a campaign trail and so. But actually, I was shocked for CPP to be shocked, because GUM are key, the third force in the country. Many you move be very dream war. The number of people that represented Nema any kind crowns another AU for the Electoral Commission, and printing a lot of papers to that extent, and also was another AU. However, when it comes to senior presidential in parliamentary now, I can understand, but presidential when it comes to proportion as a percentage, all these people play a role for somebody to win. I don't know if you take cognizance to that. Guma can once him go like 0.8%. That could change somebody's fortune. If says when it comes to percentages, because you are looking at 50 plus just a single vote. Indeed, I won't be surprised, and I say I'll end them one say and go for actually that's what that message they put across. Dead parties now go for resurrect when it gets to election time, so that they can come in and they come and muddy the waters to kind of help some people to channel the cause, because say 18 year call IPAC meeting and as a 17 year call IPAC meeting now you vote here. A majority in the Canada easy by Juma, of course. Then these people have a role to play, but only MPP, NDC, and let's say GUM as a third. That's what we could pick a credible Guma, and then it will go in that person's favor. And I think that they look beyond just the election day event, but IPAC meetings and the governance as a whole. Be also better channel, I don't think maybe we have this number there, but everything at Soka number, 4 or 5 that is strong enough to cause a change.
Okay, now we can say voter turnout over 70% okay the register NCBI be 3 months ni any register in. The question is say obi beka say so over 2 million and Antwaba. So over 2 million and Antwaba until we say that 2 million no omo ewu and now say you can say a dien and the besi omo kwan say yan konkoto aba and is it because of some apathy and so ebetimi esimu and e bi ntimi nkoto aba me ntimi nya full way na.
Definitely. Apathy wom na meka kosi se ebi wo no ma men to kra na nka makoto ama opponent na akase me nipa bone. That is one thing. I'll just sit home. That is a year. And following the course of events and so I came to realize that if you have a party and as a party principles need be all no ma any government policies need be conflict here and those to create a problem. And I think that we spoke and we kind of brought some of them into into regard. Those places are there were some tough decisions that the government had to make. I would say Mankofo is okay, they ain't to cry. Yes, I'm so glad go for a because Senya Mokan ya and Sana Mobile and yes, I let it. It's yen and I am go to cry. Even in the Ashanti cry, Ashanti 2 man and 9 you can still tell, say, you know, Ashanti, so over 200,000 people are still quite did not vote. If you look at the year, like a Bokrasa, they had I think 1.1 or so, but Ashanti they did the registration. Nothing said say 1.3 or say no, they were moving far more than that. But 1.1 penny bet about even in their stronghold, you could still tell, and so you could still feel say people did not come out to vote. And I said, Enkofo and Toti Sasenia, expect so much. And then who say Enkofo yes, our card, no, not just necessarily for voting. Ubi all more open national ID card at the end of the day. And UTM America don't call Cassette. Sebe it could be all no more in car or Oba Bema come here for my jumum and that's all me because they don't partake in some of these things. The Omocras on do I say I don't want to mention them just to kind of I would say pick them out. I mean personal body, but even if they are 500,000, 500,000, it's quite a number. The whole Ghana across board. Omit me control the requirement to aba. I know so bit me affected that number now OMORAW all these things play a role. Young who say 2 million people no amama metwaban.
Kwame mame emfa we NDC for ankasa accuse you almost supporters executives or Ashanti region say amwanhwe ama yewiomo ewo ho but sa wo hwe vote omunya wo Ashanti region more than almost stronghold sa wo ka voter region oti ediabom edien and the AC almost stronghold omuntimenya more vote ewo ho o hwe edien is it because of say omoka say their police for asoja for betimenya factor betimi ama sa we ni bi and the be low turnout ewo ho na yenim say both we ni nyina obi antimi and stronghold we ntimenya sa nyama no edien betimi akoso sa.
Okay, medase. Okay. So the number ekano. To say voting dynamics no a change. And so the issue to chair regions into monsoon. As I affect the way people vote. So social Peter Amiwa for Peter Amiwu case any case study apart from say or Juma. Because Obi follow the and say and yet just this election and after just this 4 years and 1 year Juma. Peter Amiwu aye Juma kasa ewo hohoi. Yeah, most people are saying that in the future and they should consider him as a running mate. Also on it Margaret Kwekwa difference Peter Amiwu 26,952. Margaret Kwekwa so in 21,821. Osha on so the chom region na baby a Kofi Adams okowini no many na one yara ebom but almost team no eno eka ho bi ana win na esiye e bia ko be wini but some scholars are saying say that also actually contributed. Could be in the difference in 5,000 shares
Right.
and Quebec to it. But with that being said, no, you cannot just take on that and say that is the reason why Peter Mewu even here. Peter Mewu, I know how. I mean, from stories that a month from following Kinley, as I said, Okoye Energy Minister Nokwari, he made a difference. Every single street light, yeah, a walk the constituency. Every single street light, Bob Eboso, yeah, there are so.
Yeah, no, Osai, a BC for time so.
Over drive on a quiet end, but when you do who say yes, constituency is different from what you buy. If you use his office, no, and the political connections, no, to get his people all day.
National cake.
And I'm not surprised to say, or no, a diamond in the rough, or voter region, yeah, or no, it will expand out. I'm not MP before, or more cars, some almost make us they say, you will see, oh, voter region. Once I know the more about say, that is how most of these aspiring politicians and other parliamentary candidates know how to do. And you know, the trend is going to keep shifting, it's going to keep changing. But one thing that I keep asking myself is, you say Ghana, you check politics access, but are we really just saying that? And I say, because to do election, what people say, okay, you MP Kwano, or Koi Kwano, or Mayor Shimai. But you know, say, MP, most of the no much money development, no much more panel. But they can use their political connections to get development for their people. And if people look at it that way, I will understand. But so on the case MP any you know, and none of the a package because there's one question. It's the only nine channel, Emma Mayor Quine, and internet different things for so. But you're not saying you, and the church area, now the voting never changes. We know we can come over the week. No, like I said, I can't that no matter what happens, they are still going to vote for MPP, which is true because I also other developments, other regions, Turkey under President Akufo-Addo. I can't say that from time immemorial, MPP, from World Bank, they are not seeing that. And most people are saying, okay, let's give them this chance. They have to in this last term now. That is going to determine, say, that's someone to buy into MOMB. But next 4 years, is going to be very, very interesting. Not Mike Eka, I think they say, actually, next first time, say, ABC 2012, MPP the caucus. Yes, not the first time at AC, but then I say this is the first time I took the party NDC.
Okay.
So the fact is that
2004.
The fact is that
Kwame 2004. Omokoye.
By leadership, let's look at only leadership at that time, and or at this time. We did say and as the back Bemo, and then Omona Gabra, Professor Kosibuchimo, and over Adrian things will have been different. If so, the Angana Media Banasia. Adrian and those people now can be part of them. Once the leadership not change, and people and the end this time, they act differently. I don't want to use any word for Omomudu party anymore, but they act differently compared to say the Adrian, those older guys now, ever active. So, and that's Ghana Weber. You know, Secretary made a statement that Muhammad should form a para government. Now, almost man. Most people are more against the church will tell you, say, those days, those people, they were very, very strong-willing people. But this statement, they are almost empty. It's understandable how they are doing it. Almost I mean, the most important thing I also understand is that almost a car said amount for empty street no. And you probably be and a CB to that advice, no, which is good, which tells us that Ghanaians are wiser. Because the Oko now could turn out or no better president in the panel. Any crown Kyle, any could live Oko. So they are grieving. No more time. At some point, you know, they will understand the area evidence better, not more dua. Now, betting at the key point in the court of law. Let them do it. And just how let's say better I did say I could see you not almost a jaya. That is fine also. But one thing is that media is very powerful. That is one thing that most people don't understand. Media can set an agenda and follow through with the agenda.
Right.
So, media houses, they are all saying the same numbers. But you won't easier, one back under correct numbers. You won't newspaper reporters there, almost numbers are almost different places. No, about a certify, you know, about a certify, you know, a change. And see, if the NDC all this evidence and they can get all these witnesses to come with them to court, let them do it. Donald Trump, call Texas, or call Pennsylvania, or call Georgia, on evidence coin, you see immediately. On witness coin, you see EMT. And after you see witness, nothing more the buyer, and now they are able to actually anything. Into a clean that logo. Let's just give the party time as long as said Emma or supporters no and yet be a about how Eddie Abro man. That is the idea about what I was that you never a con. It's me what they are doing and what the media house are reporting the issue numbers no where is it? You who and this year I'm called to myself so I'm original 2 sheets no all through yesterday. I'm called return officer echo regional EC office. They did not give it to them. They told them they don't have it.
The question is returning officer before so be declared no based on your cancer police station pink sheet at the buy no and the back collation center and the way and to say open we are question I will be answer polling station as a way agent now what they call you know or more pull pink sheet no or more GL more sign a way for
almost pink sheet but they want to compare to other pink sheets. It is their right. I mean, it looks as if that people are making it look as if that they are in the wrong. They are not in the wrong.
Okay.
Or say election on agree with the results now Abano. And let's put all the facts together.
Kwame,
let's look at it.
Kwame say follow 2013 court so anyway no nia ye hu ye and say MPP court or court seal electoral commission and ania a favor no ye disini no NDC and ti say ofo say bibi abnormalities bi ewo mu a all the court no iden wakwa seal emre no so a yes nia ye we a kitani nie we na o produce here electoral commission so de ne de ebeba but enye sabri na okwakoje because eno ye ono so ne we ya ne document o de no obedi kan akokot ye kodu court wa na obi ya de ne de aba sa na ye nyira ye hu ye eno na ma ye bisa Farijan the number of voters registered more outside more mission ekoba so say about 15,000 or so by Utimiko produce just about 1,000 we and yet they show on my anymore.
Sisian, me kase ebia me ko baby a kwan me fa so akodi ho. We bit master different kwan so.
Okay.
Akwa ko dio. As long as say on include on mechanism on teach amraso. Oba na o man fa man. They left. Omo an chiche the ten of us chinchina afamaye. They came, they asked for it, they are far more. Let's just give them time. I mean, the end justify the means. And so much ya more. That's not enough evidence. No man for culture. That is their own problem. The moment enough evidence, no more culture. That is also their own problem. One thing, Goom. I hope that it be just one time thing because politics and election contesting it is very expensive. It is very expensive. Many will be kasai or running or contested. No that they are eyeing over the manner. Also, moment the time because resources, time, and security is film. I mean, I don't know how we're going to get back. And I hope the group any 9-day wonder, but said it not Nanea Aircam. We do election. All these other 10 other parties non buying, they are all going to go to sleep. It become one is called almost but time next one, they are going to find ways to get funding to actually come and contest again. It helps these two big parties now to disrupt each other. So the damage at the end example because I follow almost politics in Kaka.
Okay.
Can you watch Ekazo contesting? What most people started saying is he's contesting to help the sitting president.
Trump, yeah.
In the sense that most black people were fed up with his utterances. Into Kanye West echo contest here because all black following black people also Joe Biden is going to split and then most young black people take Kanye West as some instead of voting for Joe Biden will vote for Kanye West. No one say own to me but they will just mess up the vote and help the other party to win. But I think that and to emphasize because the people are actually really fed up with this guy. Let's just give NDC time. Okay. Let them grieve. As long as I say, uncle for how they are Emma.
All right, Mike.
Let them grieve.
Sure, Mike. Miyamra, you can say parliamentary way no so. Out of 275 parliamentarians, this time 109 Nkubium. 109 Nkubium. Or share a B elusu MPP primaries a B a winner so share MPP omolusu primaries na MP somolusu primaries na normally 41 in the lusu primaries and at this time election and 33 in the lusu year and 5 omamo voluntary retirement in all currently 79 the anya di omo day okay oko ya can say NDC so omolusu election year 15 primary so year 9 and 6 and so day train omo 15 in all normally about 30 and omo anyway but the question is obetraining you can say and for leadership quality senior deliberation be ko near way na ye sankrofo nyina e de fio ne de new face aba be take time and sana ye de you can say ometumi apeke way. The question I maybe say parties na emo anase the electorate no na ye nim ni ayepe when it comes to say SLT parliamentarians no
OMORAW me da say said okay na factors be brave one said okay na a bit my electorates na a bit so parliamentarians na kasa also Africa na some can say Ghana system ni sisi mama fa baby to say lejikuku me personally naka Dr. Koboy a fantastic guy
so national
yes MPP or NDC the guy is good at now say man a chance a man is a Kobium but unfortunately wenya so I hear on ma lejikuku city na obi antena so two
and not once last week in the boss so say we know
obi antena so two that it is a electorate na one our mentality different e be the say oba I was my iska and I say regardless say we are the papa and I say oba ya the papa bi ono o mentality and say so obi atena so baako o cha anya de obemo mo de o mo pen ndi o mbetu and two we ono ni de ni sinchen e bi mo so a omunya position na omaya hantan and I say bibia be show mu So why Ghana trend in especially MPP for side e wo hopa anything na omoma ye book law as a book for ne edoso e wo ho NDC for no kwa de meka so omunye ska omoche but MPP for so adwene wo se e se de development enipa no bebre so adwene se obae no ye na ebo ama ba nti wo se ekra for meka se no kofi o bibi kakra efri no omso adwene se wo se ye develop a enkrofo no be ye eti se wo dynamics na se na meka se asesa eti se wo ba na se wa anye nioma oman ne pa ebia na area anom enye kwan na yehia toilet ba ko bi ni hia anase yehia se chip compound bi anase wo de anwea bi keke e ba begu omo ye okay se wo si airport e won kran de ono te otwe be wi ate anase twa pia se oba bi no wono wonfa ho airport no wode ye den se ni pa be for se mfa ho se e ba se ye ntua 150 e bi su de ono wote wansamre oba bi no se mbetio se mundio emfa ne ho MP ono wo honom no on no so hu se ahanomfo omo airport inform we ni hia omo ye hwe ni ye se enipa ne bebre men kan se Ghana ye wo problem ase ye nse dan hu ni ye pe entina mka se me de se ekoba asa ekoba je se enipa ne bebre be set up right because so one ye careful kakra bia obe lose o seat ana I think say on the government part no so almost create problem just imagine say ye do obi aba parliament afi no osia dia na wotimi akona nim kakra na ya saso wan yoma agu ni so we MP at the same time bi o ye minister na say deputy minister
say constitution so say na constitution na say offer majority of we ministers in the
parliament. Just imagine say young guy aba parliament afi no osia ropes no na ya sama ni minister enti obo say one way or the other obeje adwuma no ba akwa to no ma entimi nkoyi either say
President, leader and say me appoint as minister. So you can decline it, correct? Say and never by force.
By force.
Yeah.
So, but here's the case.
But say then so see it me ministers.
Yes. OMORAW me bow. And here's the case. You do go almost. At the same time,
go ahead.
Don't forget to say democracy is expensive. Eti skasamni de yamfa to nchen mo pe mo be o meboka wo ho. So until you didn't pan a be training or mobile the obey. But at the end of the day, ubenya product. Baby one man na Nigeria na do and say offer more ministers. Naka juman be easier mom because say MP ni or parliament cry and I say oh bibi oh yeah or two deputies are also mutimi ye jumana mano. But so hema anko basa said ye or no plan you know said no pen on. Baby or crumba omunya more ministers no. I feel crying no more relax more. Obi said, I'm sorry to say that we didn't done so. Minister be the ada. Wakoya no kokodai. A jumo also yama pano. Yehunisa. So, but na baby, a question so a critical area and could develop one year and also ye jumo ya. It can be a government and be more popular. But Uncle Bassa, so hima president and Ankasanka Sakra ye jumache ministers in the breeze. Oh, to watch Unyaya or no gasa tisikrum me checking another way. So here or mine as a baby several times on your sabacope or several times by her minister see Ubu Crumba or say a Nampi Crumbukra were winning that. So one cohoda as we scout must say Drew Brown Mokacope and another tenor or more a high year pass made in the future ye can also muchem eh Sandy Paka Crabia you almost omongongo a candidate no emwa
and they say parties in a liar
say free one na eba
so share we at send ya working same one NDC elusu a year
2016 year
omulusu can so move in 2012 and omo yes on be then on be expand a year omo base no omo year no so na di disaster year then
e buy
e buy e na mo di lusu
OMORAW, I know they still so much here be bu. Wo the hell, his car in the past 700 pound ko to buy say his car omo de mom. Can you believe say be chemoto na be checkers? Oh, what checkers near you know, obi mo kwan no omo di no. At the end of the day, obetana so pe so te sa aka no. So, but aki be am say o ka say handisi for here anko yamo. E be a process no man yin ye. But e be am ma individual wo the hell, the area ma MPs ni more elusi and from Sadi nyina because this particular constituency, it be an individuals now on you per this particular person. But most more impose obi na aba, it's okay. Sasana mo can dia na see a beshe. At the end of the day, any more modern buy na mokoto aba no. Nipa na won na kokoto, ba hwe de kosi and a create disaster bebre. Ba komo mo chance no more peke say OMORAW na ye pe no. On the end net here, you say no betima ya mai. Ba mo so mo tesoro mo hwa am oh there be we and our parliament or yeah, you may you panty, you have an Debbie and yes, sir. It's yes, send your memo.
Nana, me ma watwa a year, they can say, and Mike baby odi every year, a bar or share on the post, MPP, or more primaries, Nipa 65 in the mobile call on the post. Interesting, do one be a can say, minister to be a deputy minister, almost so Mulusu about 33 in Luciano. Majority near omo ebi wo cabinet omo take decisions e de ma aban no e no mulusu ye o feel say e dean na o susu de ma o party no say a free sat time we no betumi aye
OMORAW that say from what I'm picking up right now from Ghana no the election committee is going to do their report. Na omne aban hia senia aya Canada and say party and a war aban no there is a need to have that report and also to meet government to see which interventions are a boy near amboa na ibitimi correcting near many bi honoma. But I don't want us to kind of, I would say, jump into conclusion right away na because there is some dynamics. I was say you have to look at the interest of everyone, being MPP, being NDC, CPP, PNC, everyone. Now, at the same time, so you have to satisfy, make us say, your food soldiers, because someone who is come once a year and maybe more they are thinking of what job or what next is for me. And I can say, some primary is not a lusu. Na say me a deputy minister and I say minister. Say my honky can't cram the edgeman, a sutimity OMORAW. Because I know say after the election, so what is in it next for me? Instead of say me want to now I have to start lobbying and I say me starting for plans for me plan B or plan C or plan D. Because life after parliament, life after minister, what is next for me? The divided attention can also hurt the performance of that individual. And in the same token, and so those people also have, on someone perform grounds where your constituency free mono. And no me very vibrant. Almost almost fear to fear, campaigning or canvassing for vote near there. Since almost all things were here because you source no munya no how lose it is going to affect them from that perspective. Me sounds so share another na munya Mike can answer. It's going to be tough because 79 and then 13 109 newbies in the house. The work of parliament is going to be a little bit different in this 8th parliament in the 4th republic. Very, very, very different because so you need to have the standing orders, and the constitution. Like I was said, it should be back of your head. You should know this in and out to be able to argue your case out in parliament. And on top of it, I think you're forming committees because usually in case just about reshuffle into a continuation. But now we're almost looking at almost about 50% of the house being new people are. It's going to be really tough for parliament to work going forward. And I think that it will be a lesson for the current government, which is the MPP government, to kind of, I would say, sit down with the party, no more strategizing for, policies and social interventions that will benefit everyone involved. And so that a man could find or time be and show the party in the next election because OMORAW, this is a quite interesting game. 79 out of MPP, 160 was 163 in parliament. It's quite a huge number, and you will not. This is what we call tsunami. Like a fire saying but it will be a lesson for the party and the government as a whole.
Kwame yanhwe ha is this enkrofo na enyo w'adwuma when it comes to a National Commission of Civic Education and they say ma amanfo ne hu MPs no w'adwuma di so mudi and I say MPs no na amadwuma yeden. For instance yemfa obi ti say Okoboy one of we are ejigina so e de to abeti and say him say under COVID HSA and say program activities be ekoso. But because of so your health minister, deputy health minister, no, the constituency ne expect say sa emrana ya hye no obetumi aye hu bibi na obetumi celebrate omo no enti wentimi anya wo hwe two ebi se waka se ono de sika ese ode ma amanfo no ese ono de ni focus so be pre ama de aye impuntu enti obi se ni chobo eseso onya no ema eno we naming ceremony bi no wa mom naming ceremony wo hwe sa eniema no na wo hwe the sabotage. The question is still amebisa as Ghanaians na yeto abade yenim ni ayehwehwe anase nya ebeba yetimu bia na say education because education na nya ninti na say yetimi ye ne ne pa bia.
Well, among the electors, they know what they are looking for. I mean, you can argue, most people can argue all they want, but the electors know what they are looking for. They might not do the right thing, but they know what they are looking for. They are looking for the MPs to pay about college fees. They're looking for the MP to pay from hospital bills. They're looking for the MP to come to their naming ceremony and funeral. Why? Because it's a star the charter. And a star the charter. Because all corporate MP, all prime minister, we are ready now, and no kind of cases can we are ready now, a crazy to choose come amount for. And how dare you come tell us that Sabina Parliament now all this guy can see you are telling us that you should skin on 2 years at any a star kind of politicians a charter. And to say, what's the only boy and you are the master expert in communication, which means customer amount for traffic to you said there. Now, when I approach this situation the right way, you are still going to lose your seat. I mean, almost 1 term, usually 1 term. And you can't really say his action or inaction and you need seat moving.
But is it the right way, sir? Obefa we say yendi ya and say obi obebi a 1 term. Is it the good way? I'm action the way.
Quite so is the same thing. Quite is the same thing. Yeah, MP at this time we try everything to break that joint. Because I say Oliver Twist, they always ask for more. I mean, it's going to take a lot to turn those fortunes around. I don't know how they will do that, but that is how electorate know a panel. Quite so let's say there are NDC MPs in the April, but just the MP to be overcome is on the 20th because they want more money. Quite at the end, a MP before now, no more try but we would a different scenario. And Accra, and answer Greater Accra region, one of the smallest but the highly dense or populated region in all Ghana because we do any Accra, or down Accra, or down Accra, into the influx of different people, also change the dynamics of the amount for you to our Accra. Into so here this year, NBC in more seats, more votes. And people coming in, you don't know who this person is, you don't know how they vote, it will change things. Now, over homo there now. What's there? And yet, there be a Anna. Over what you say, oh, yet, dear, and yet. Now, oh, yet, there, no crana. With the question, there, the babiano, or their own farm. Over to me, I had dear, in a way, say, who you and I shall be. Other accounts I'm saying that for no, and I think the consequence will be checked. Omo na teacher omo during COVID, no more everybody omo festival no. Ono and the church my teacher omo. On the church, it may be true, may not be true, but almost on the church my teacher omo. Into no kwaka hu. And the mom will be bring to Etiana. Omo. So I said, what as Antifonia today? Ah, a bon for a young festival, the Chima for young festival, and Campona Homo. Both are for whom chichu. What do one sack? What do one sack? Dear, I am very dear and near to Omhat. Into the ship, I won't say Omo from Radia, but tell a bit of focus. O carbon chain now will be 8 years more bull could do to my uncle say a day. And now, woman, what can you think, Chain? Now could be few years. One laugh at the head. Ghana politics, no. The name baby, I was saying you drew. And if you really want to stay in power, and have to stay in parliament for a long time, you have to learn to play the game. Most of the time, these MPs, no, not they forget, say, constituents, no, exist. Over or parliament now, or committee, in subcommittee to this one, only minister, pastor, no, his people, no, and after her people, no, will not see them or even hear from them. And yet, the be an essence of Komobiska, yet the be an essence of community ceremony, but just interaction with your people, no crowd would let them know, say, okay, this guy still think about us, this guy still knows, say, we are the people that put him up there. Until that thing is done now, not the better part of Makaka, my constituency of Makaka. These things will keep cropping up. I want for the parliament, man for Belusu. Unless they say, oh, yeah, Abia Santimampo, oh, yeah, Swami, oh, yeah, a Suja, etc. Those people, no, their seats are secure. And if you take billions of Ghana cedis, and as billions of cedis, that means every share away to winning the primaries now, you are golden. And those two places now is different compared to the Jikuku and then other places now. It's more, I mean, it's going to keep. I'm not surprised that Okubo is a fine gentleman. He's probably still going to keep getting an appointment in this current government now. Yeah, electoral, but I'm not surprised he'll lose seats now.
All right, for Asante Namoti. We are parliamentary. We are doing common. It looks as if say. DBS may need a compa. For instance, we share a Kunfi currently MPP for the Kita Kunfi. But Omojifi NDC na NDC na wo ho no hu. Woni me omo ye ono ane party for no. Omo be senko Accra ekutwa eye Parliament House. Eno mu twitwa kasa ya park wo no. Ena ndi omo de koye campaign samo hwe aban kasa. Ne kasa owo nie. If ni fear we see enie. Eno no ane wo fa Njimi wofa e wo sa ejapade we nyina na enti ebusuanfo nyina e campaign editia no ene ato abadi editia no. But the question is oh yes we as the candidate wo be na o ye na wo hye ne we hu se susudua na ne be den e ba enti bon se e be koso the quality na esi nya no yenya our parliament wono anyway Mike yanhwe ye time ya so yanhwe we ye hu nia abato ne koso nyeme bi e koso
quality ben outcome at me because when these people go to parliament it looks as if they forget all the education they have and they always vote on party lines. And I don't think there is so much of quality. I mean, I bet to differ.
But okay,
and people vote for and people regardless.
And the Metias, but what okay, so one also G2 say Okoboy air fantastic. But you better
no, or a nine gentleman, the minister now would yet to perfection. But when it comes to parliament, now, there's no difference.
Nyame can say you was such with qualities in the world, but because of say it be used to some strategies being SARS, we be the MIA nya and crofo be to me abuama or my night akonenim. Yantuaso, Mike, you can say electoral officer CB. Obia Yafa as a presiding or you can say officer. na obehu sɛ yɛsɛ ballot paper no ni ate obi ti efiri so obi nso kan sɛ savilugu okɔto yɛ kan sɛ special voting na election day no wasan kɔto aba yɛyiw as a special person bi a as a leader woyɛwe ɛdeɛ mpaa na ɛha yɛn as ɔman timamufoɔ
Omoro me da say on say you can say me say common sense is common but not common to all common people. Just say anyone bi won ma wo gine ho na just say obi kopa na adwuma abeye president obi ko e dey na wo say wo create problem ma ho. Just imagine dey na me yakra ni nipa omu abatu ni. Say utimi ko akotam ballot box abra onim say bibi betimi si. Wakoto special vote no we are all samba eti at that time the enemy just said there na ya na koso woni panitrim say me kwa koyisi ama obi anya at the end of the day nipa no kura wo koto ma na mahama ne kufuado no omunim ba bia wotimbo wonhia ne kura da wo se me de me hu kwa kotwa so amomo on na ya sometimes the enemy me answer tembia so eye hia fo ma no wo mo na side we ya na eto wo mo say I mean how what I say true and I say true. But they say Mahama Bedi birthday gift a wonya a Mercedes Benz. Ekufuado ma baby omugu. Now back here a free time ne
bicycle crab wheelbarrow crow ni bi
woni bi birthday party no krombo kro obi akra friend na wo hye happy birthday. At the end of the day no de no akotwa so. Just imagine enkrofo na omo ko rally o se dey ndia
a dry amokuwe
na imagine uhwe obi anim a wipe enye easy sika say na de man
say enko mo asem biom yenim kwakwesi
so uhwe ma nipa otimi kobo
ya say luzu aka ho
o ma say luzu aka
ye nhwe okra
amaro say nyom ni bi wonu ma wonti say Africa ade na nchi wo hono mo say ne hayo I still don't get it so obi kwa kopena adwuma ye famra brochire a ye to aba ni wi a her system no obi a sori kwa ne baby because okodi a kira nyom no betua o bill amount o rent ne sa ne man obi an view enti edi kwa na Africa ye niska oh debi I just don't understand menim say education na enkoye wo honom anase afutuo na yemfa ntu ye ma no na sesen at the end of the day the see ye nyina no obi ti baby o de ono koye ye ebi na meka earlier on say obi ga say ogrofo ntinsim no mu jubility hwe problem wa wo create at the end of the day no makotie sim hwe ododo die MPP form NDC form no mako crash na problem aba at the end of the day oni ba kro na o ka so o insight e o mo no ono ti baabi ubekọ na say de obi kan say bia de no ane club no ti baabi e twe bi ubakọ hwe pa no ekuta na o de ye breakfast enya asam ketwa ozuzu unya ahwe ni ana watie sidwem na de na ya bebre say problem ni si a edin ya na betene ana eme ya say efrizongo mo Bukari ne Yakubu ni sani say imagine edin ko a Omoro I think say you say you finding another route to be my microphone
nani yao
Omoro
ma inchi we nani ambacho me ba
those pocket of violence na isi
nani yao
yeah
jina soka krama me openi kunedu e ma akwaba
yeda mi mamodun
ye joso
mo ya be pa nyame nshiramo amen nyame nshiramo pa wate
amen
adempa ewo utri nyame nshiramo na onye okesi
amen
na ya na ha me kakra na se eni bi owi ase ayebo mo se o mi nipa bonefo owi ase sa se ka so obi nipa boni ni ana se se kama so me ka se asme si fo ya nwa me wi ase kra nke what is oba akra ya wono no ya pon no ya anwo no uhuni mfa so bia so enipa bi na ehye na omhye kutu pa se NDC fo mo nya ba ntu mo kwesi mo de mo bi edin na wanga sa wa wuni mo ho so se wo yes habia na emmo man no na emi de pass na ya beto aban soja for your demonstration bi any police for the fire for the one when I said, what did you go looking? I'm saying, Mr. Nibre, DJ Mike. See what did you go? You're back in Keffiso. How do you know I am a day? Now, Omoye, or see a day or so. Omoye, like, Odorobio do. The Nkebesi wɔ hɔ no, Nkebema Oyene aba ɔman no mu. Kadi ntɔkwa bebree bɛba sɛ bebree yɛ ntɔkwa ayɛ sɛ bɔɔl afigya ɛso nketenkete na afei agye nsɛm no ɛna hwɛ kepkos sɛ ayi mfantimi mu hɔ obi ayɛ a ɔkɔfa ballot box wode kwan ballot box wode kwan yɛmfa nkɔgye dɛ mfa nneɛma ngum ɛna yɛmfa nti kwa nneɛmfa ne wokɔwie wode akwaye fa nipa na wɔde sika ma wo so ɔka kyerɛ wɔn a ɔde nti wokɔyɛ saa deɛ no sɛdeɛ na mɔka no ɔnim sɛ wowɔ wiase koraa wo wokɔgye sika kɛse so kɛsɛ mani ɛden wɔn bɛma bebrebe nso a yɛkugya wo
yɛsa rock up a bɛti
wobɛwu ansa ne ntɔkwa no yɛako ebi si wɔ Kumasi Kafo akɔyɛ bi si wɔ yɛ bɛrima kyerɛ sɛ ɛne yɛpɛ biara baabi a antififoɔ yɛ rade no akɔ no akɔsɛɛ no ɛboɔ na yɛde kun no yɛ tuo ne sika ɛboɔ na yɛde kun no eti wiase ne bi ti hɔ na ɔmo yɛ bi a yɛ ɔmo nhwɛ yie paa na sɛbi mpanin sɛ ɛnyɛ bia nyinaa na bɔfoɔ tɛ deɛ bi hɔ no a wokɔtɛ dua no ase anadwo a bia na dua no yɛbɔ so etu ɛho dua etu ɔnenam soro anadwo pɛn ɛnyɛ asɛm ketewa nti wiase nipa no yɛ a yɛnhwɛ deɛ na bi yie kurom ha yɛ tie yi sɛ woankɔ ama a wodidi ɛte sɛ anomaa sɛ wɔyɛre da prɛbuo mu a ɛyɛ ho sɛm kɛseɛ woa imagine sɛ anomaa da prɛbuo mu no wɔntumi na bi a memfa nsɛ ne ntakra obi a wɔkɔ baabi obi abɔ ne nsa ama ne ntakra baako na nsɛba baako ɛho atetema ɔbɛyɛ dɛn ɔbɛyɛ na wɔdidi ho anakora deɛ ne abrɛ no saa na wiase teɛ nti sɛ woyɛ brɛdu yi na anaasɛ wote wiase na sɛ wona wankɔ ama a wowɔ di ade nti na wogɔdi obi akyie na kɔfa wɔwie ne aba na kɔfa sɛm sɛ abrɛ hɔ saa sɛ wɔn kita sɛ yɛnyi aba nti ho no ɔmpa wɔn nyae sɛ pimpani akɔbi na ɛtwerɛ nka wɔ se kɛseɛ wɔ kan sɛ nyame adom a ne sɛ wɔmsisi wɔn nneɛma yie a mfie na pɛha yie bɛba sɛ sɛ yie a nti nyame ɔnhyira mo na mmom yɛnnua fitu onyame ɔmfa ne kra ɛnsie yie ɛda mo aso
amen etiefo pani kuna do na mote ne nken nana ya to aso a
OMORAW openi go do me da say any wadwenche ne contribution out there program this nyame sha so bebre OMORAW senior me start here no adia na was say security services no omo ye no boa to protect the sovereignty of the country and inti never be all a see OMORAW in the current dispensation I won't see I say the Becco election na and to be from what and ko ye now so say oyetimemuni na minim adwea a bɛka say send a ballot box obi akɔkyerɛ na adwene sɛ yɛmfa nyi ɔmampani anaasɛ member of parliament o de wo say mefa na me de adwane like send your penny for the kind ballot box wardrobe and not would have born name ago and I said it is a minim what in God's name intimate yes like they intimate yes I have 500 Ghana 1,000 Ghana and she say would the okra as a be cracker say you compare you mama obi papa and your papa puni jina and then campus and say oh yeah boy papa no nya bia e bi ba wo ye compare you mama obi papa o de okra akwa sesa I think that I was see a hwɛ saa de ne yantimamfo no na I think that earlier submission ye ka say NDC for ka say nkrofo krom no people had that second thought say there be emwa e betimi de nema wantwi aba na say betimi de clash aba intino yentinsi krom say na wo say ye no aboa and I'll pray say sa suban na say honhom no will continue to grow na ye monkrofo bi din ka say nkofo de da bi asa ye kan ya penomatia si matwen se kan twikuntima na ade ntokwa nketenkete na afia hyase na abeye kakraka na atia fa o mamu ni nyina I think say our leaders also have to check their utterances. The other piece is that the media houses now, the NDC is chastising, say, sitting government into a year, and also should be another year, or say, in a sense, these media people now, that transparency, and I show you about 2 months, I say, democracy, 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 ni binya kona nimu, no boa, and can count him be just because my kwan we no gyina so no ayedidi no atiatia no afa ahwadi say there the media is helping us to hold these people accountable by following up and going to all these places to make sure say ade na can ewumu anase enim enti say bibini na sa anya wo de kra na you have to know say they are there as I would say they are acting as a referee because the only opponent and their opponent can be atum as media houses no are helping to shape that he said yeah, more being funny pet and make us say in a tear or me yes, you need to say in a tear. And the may and this phone penny for say they should use the right channel. Ajubron Somra, now they should check also their own chances because sometimes a kufa can say when the coronavirus started or say we can bring back like businesses or whatever it is, but we can't bring back life. So can simbi ne de basabasa yeba and I said the team will come biba na so bi fam hwere ne nkwa senior ye kan obi okwa na unim no you never meet the person in your life and so no ahwere ne nkwa and so bi na sa nipa no nko ho anko bebo na busua amom so won sa akoma no nti no yenhwe na nyina yentutu ye wonfo obi oban obi aka bi na ka bi kire no say after election there is life, after election there is life, even omo ya to about there is life for them after election. There are people that are still living, people that are still doing their jobs. Inus Afuseni, Uncle Parliament, he's not going to die. Obenya before Friday. Albang Babe, only Parliament, Obenya before Friday. For the very first time since 1992, there is no Albang Babe in Parliament. It's still, Parliament is still going to be there. He will find something else to do. So let's preserve our lives and make sure, say, Yamo Penibi and Shechri, and Kikane maybe Enchere and Na Yefanko. You better not see me Yanka and so now catch it.
Okay. Asante, Mammy family when last week. Oshe, you can say, Omoayana, Omudi, Sans and Modeno. It look as if so ammonia smart. Offer, you can so obey ya, or cotte ballot papers or tite, you can say, Nanado, Eddie, a free sono. The moment I ote sa weni free honor. Meaning say ballot no serial number bia any so. Enti sa o plans ananka o pay no o execute ya enye ye. Enti ya na edi na ya bia o ye can say security we no betime. Edi na ye be hye nipem say no. Maminya sa de ya o mo plan ya na say obia tenase keke na wabase ma adi we na me pese me ye. Hello. I'm saying Asante Filine so. It's here for Kwame Asante Efri. You can say line so. You di adwuma di na ba na wie ye. Yana na make no. Okwa kote Mike. Wakote obi ti Efri so. Ballot sheet no him say serial numbers e wo so. Ye maw you can say electoral commission any parliamentary way in presidential any be also you say wakwakote the first person or one if you on no serial number and you say e better than your kind and you like adwin be na teachiri dan ye me ya we kwan so oba o oba yeah yasa kokudro no
yeah the tiene say o say ana make say Africa na say Ghana
Asante.
No.
Oh, you're if you are man so yanke edi adwuma do ne ba na wie mu ba na me bisa say oh okay and she respond mine na you fancy
you the Jamaica because we've been a criminal but a moment is smart no and a woodjay and I say to because almost kappa or drugs you will never meet them but Omo no the smart moment channel, badu no. Omo no any chuo. I'm not sure why over for ballot box. What do you call it? People don't really think it through. When they also present hypothesis, now what solve the problem? Okay, my ballot box, where am I going to go? And the family, they don't think through all that. And I say this kind of man, because on your smart, you know, when you put on the car and hoa, we will to or fat to which near them, and the baby are but on share all the other avenues. Because if I want to say, police will occupy now, but meanwhile, not a year, the brigade in plain clothes from around.
Yeah.
Isn't unless you survey, no one said this, you will never going to get around taking the ballot back. It's not first time, and now the back of motors, no two, no town box, no poor, and never. The way we do it, and it don't make sense to lose your life for Mahama. The Banacas and mental about MPP because of the reason Jamo. Mental about NDC because of the reason Jamo. Mental about CP because of the reason Jamo. And no interest says, the Metama, some Hannah Tommy Ha. Now will be very to lose your non cover box because some have some Hannah. The minimum and there's a parent penalty and the Cotabon. We are, Unimi. Mayasha Omo prior 2015, leading up to the election 2016. Most of them, we almost free money at them. I'm pushing for a India NDC4 don't even care about them anymore. First time, no, about the child there. I'm Oscar. But if you work on, they will forget about you. Second and their kind, or more foot soldiers, or more call for money, and a more government appointment. 1 hour of a million. Nobody cares about you. It is up to the citizens to be very smart. Say, okay, am I a politician? And am I just a citizen at Metoba? Because when your boys are on Facebook, a lot of them, I know it's all more home. A lot of them do no say because they have an interest. I say MPP Niswa, a common general. A common general. Say NDC am power. A common a bed dinner. Because you young boys at NDC government, you want more appointments. Yeah, after that, this community a pushy or more save 3 years or more parliament. Your whole MPP so government, young guys, young kuta first degree, master's community will be first job any government appointment. And then when you billions of cities contested, crimes everywhere, in the parliament. Into one hour in China, you have to be very smart. You can say, but it's up to them to take, say, okay, are you going to be smart enough? And are you going to fight for somebody's father to become the president? Then they're going to forget about that. And your own case, as long as there's one more empire for you, because we're doing things, your book, let's go free more, or some part of the bread.
Mike, Mama, 30 seconds.
Yeah. OMORAW, me that see. Say a kind. I mean, you because so I can near to two, and say you may dear Eddie and then because so I can your mobile phone in us shedding. You may say on wedding, in my own yako. When say Crawford a testy, Crawford a bisa what's up near the addy, be brain. I almost shocked to say your more, but in the crew, they say Adiana and yes, a sea union every ampa. OMORAW, back to the near can say, I can say this time, I'll say Ghana, you set it up and I see be any both politicians and knitting my phone in they say new message, we are so calling him. Oh, you do digital word, be a digital. Oh, it is a Yamanian na na say old system na near pass your fat, you better be a tina. Me, a young man need to pass about one accuracy in more pie. They say, Akoya or ye independency or your hot cake say, Yamea, don't say NDC for your back on the can and answer or more in Yasas a choir. Or no, anybody decided, baby, or more majority beko. So until you say, or your hot cake.
Or no, Edgar Boko MP. after
So
say
Uncle
kuka
Hodia.
on more content
Yeah, no, because I say,
mama
Maduma.
ama say koya nka mum nkomo we ama say seven ko uni hands down
You almost
and people
so say that I make us say I was almost set up because you say a new man assessor was a gamma say education in was no a popular part to say come jama to my phone this idea can be a called me near sitting in my home. The same thing happened to NDC for so do Melo say or also you your baby a moon laptops a money a excavator and is or be act across with me excavator to me to get to me the or call all the way down. It's your two no say warranty boots near the Adijem, but at the end of the day, Uncle Yamano. So he say, so I heard Ghana a system, so be cool politics you want pena, the carrier swab by asem. Oh, getting microphone bra, almost free acting a mom call Makoya some mom. But they're making you and say, so tomorrow she say omumio money me the Ghana for now sumo money mbre na yen hold o accountable obi e ko ayi politics ma afa yen ko yesa me ko fa bibia be fi obo se oba be serve so na yen nyina yen benefit free SHC whether we like it or not e buy abrochirefo nyina bebre obotom ajo mo
Of course.
agi be tia to say the besi ba nya me adom aboa aha die yenya ne sa
Nane ya I'm on 30 seconds na find your way.
Yeah, OMORAW. I think that election it's a wake up call for both parties. MPP won, but with some sort of, I would say, bitterness. NDC lost, but I think that with some form of, I would say, sweetness, because now they are prided themselves with, pulling that, parliamentary, off in such a grand style. Whichever way you look at it, Omubia Betanase strategize it differently going into the next election. And also the one remember at some point in time, but I want to say it's electoral commission about the homework. OMORAW yatana can be brave. Or share yeah they are by tour senomuye and a few you're looking at the headline be cross say no credit. The headline be said they were saying that the election was boring because Okoya 3-5 minutes, you are done, you are gone.
Yeah.
Because of the polling station, how much change will be breveni I didn't lineup was not like before. Anka Ubi Husa Nick kind so went on. I think say maybe a delay was come but so share before during the time of voting, Ankasane dealt with the electoral commission it's not new to see electoral commission changing figures when it comes to elections. It happens even in the world at large because like I said, when you're computing percentages, it differs. One vote can make a swing in percentages, but you can also declare when you see say if you add certain numbers up, it will not change the outcome. No, beyond instead that 51% and it's not going anywhere. That one is stagnant. Indeed, whether we look at it from that did not change across the media landscape. It was 51 and some change. Even the EC was 51 and some change. John Mahama 47%. It was there. That I will give you to them. Say I'm a warm and I hope say Nema to see this time. You be fine. No sooner there for the next election as well. Now, Mr. Ghana for for doing this and also deepening our democracy going forward. And I hope that we will not have this casualties again. And I say this year we be free in CCA Mede and Chiane Yako Sama to 2 and the bush for it's been a devastating news for me. I can't still put myself together, but I know like we said earlier on, God knows best, and He's resting in the bosom of the Almighty right now.
Jame and count home. Asante, 30 seconds.
Yakon, Mane, turn on to Mr. Dimusa for Yakon. We hope that Nankopana ever show me. I mean, wouldn't mean kind of Africa from me, but the corner to one condition. The can say Nankopana and share almost not to show more or a bread more than because we net and yeah, home will be a dinosaur. The owner a bossy now the best for is to film area na kopona enkomuna on to show omo ever na here kono all in all election was good. We won't say there's some grievances that people are fighting, and in the coming days we will see how that is going to go. Most people think that, and as most people are saying that, it's just a grieving period. About election, like I will
right.
Shaman for sick come machine power. Now so now what you mean for age. Mumo. I mean, the Yenya and this economy explore all avenues and headed up. You test your system now. But I hope say and the message for any abiding will be a camp. Now you na enka yen se san men mu kakra na nke betin me say azia e edin en se men kakra say isi autonomous ye peke omo wia enka government bia ni ho a betin asesan omo. But I don't say it's not going to be it's a long process, it's an uphill battle into ABA agency because the NBC and we need this time around and they will probably change James and call for. We hope that everything stays calm and the dust settles not be there in Koto Nadiana. The more on maintaining the union and call for now, moving the next 4 years. Interesting times ahead. I mean, I know so you talk a lot before the next election comes into and then we are not going to be to the dead horse. Now, make my more minimum.
It's here for Asante and Motin and Cano, the Edumedino. Ba the we it's here for na me fa kunye so asan de aka mo say ye nua ye bibia ye Restford tutu minta daya one sorry nyame ya dom ebusia etena se na nhihye bia wo ho bia no ye bema ebusiafo ate and then you didn't come out at the F. You have to 2 hours young baby a call. Set Ocha na drain. And yes, you can't kick you yet seeing submissions nibby. I'll be who said, and found a manual kua or dom somewhere name ya or Becca. Yeah, I can say, Yamin for the crack in sea. Abusianfo nyina so ya mencheche won re inhihye bi e wo ho nso no so yensa e kan so a yemfa nkamen medin di OMORAW betena adwumadi ehu je won chia me nyame ya adom na adom bidun na Yesu ama da sene ye behia makra mo
Ahinze nangwasum Yazi manzamane numu nyipenyina Obi boko obi abo Yazi masitine nyina Tada kwentu mofra nempenyin Yazi manzamane numu nyipenyina
Afraid, and I'm in your day.
so many. Many are no woman for you now. And come a woman, Jimmy, the free from my trust you are more free. We are much up in a money. Who we are for me? I couldn't hear ma. Where would I'm afraid? And I'm in your day. I drop from every book was anti. Make sure the book was in and can you know? From an atom and some more the bonia. I know my so bad is an asenka or bewa. Minion and Kayanich and one and so Pramana Wapre and Crabonia. Pramakwa was one sorry. Lebanon so and Kaya Bevan and him. You did not tree ever and so. Yanume and in a on so I can't chin a pizza. Amania Mountain. I drew up in a man. I drew up in a man. I drew up in a man. I drew a whoopia. That's who it is in the